Live. Let me just refresh this. I mean, it's not like anyone's going to be here to begin with. But... come on. Here we go. Oh, is this off? Okay. It's just you guys eating.
That's what's happening. Listen,
we do
what we do a lot. You shouldn't pick this because we're like actually watching this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn my
You really just shouldn't put anything on.
Well,
we all have to just take it off.
No, we're gonna have something in the background.
No,
right?
Why do we need something? They can't see it.
Oh, you can see it.
Exactly.
What, are you guys gonna be watching this whole? I mean, either way, I gotta rattle off a lot of promotion. So
right,
unless
so
you guys
I'm
know
just
this by
gonna stare at
heart,
this.
that's fine.
Then I'm just gonna stare at this and ignore our crowd.
How's it going?
Hi, Scott.
It's our best. It's our top fan. If we had top fan badges, she would get one.
She has one already. We're gonna physically
make a top fan badge.
Oh shit! Come through.
We're doing a cast on Maximum Overdrive.
No, they're right
and yes,
there.
Dana, you're not a top fan. You were just part of the family at this point. So.
But Sky, come through. I'll be first.
Dana is an essential part of our shows and stuff.
Critical.
Where is the flyer for our thing?
There was none.
You mean there was none?
There was none on this table.
Because I wanted to show them the flyer because on our flyer, so anyways, we're going to kick this off with some promo anyways. March 3rd, Shaker's Pub. We will be hosting.
Do it. Show up.
Scum Crew is going to be headlining. Carcosa is going to be co-headlining that. We also got Doomsayer, Demon Teeth coming from North Carolina, right? I actually like the fact they always get like one out-of-state band to come and play for us. And these guys are actually pretty sick. And then we also got Abscess Pool opening for us. So, guys, please come out. We have us vending there, and then we also got two 420 friendly vendors there. We have Hashco, and we have LIHC Cannabis coming through too. And I don't think we're gonna have food or anything, but
no, they actually confirmed today they're not.
All right, so no food. But either way,
hi Alex.
What's up, Alex? But either way, March 3rd, please come through. We got a lot of cool stuff, and it's fucking Shakers with Scum Crew. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Yep. The entire floor is gonna be fucking mayhem. It's gonna be great. And of course, we got a bunch of shows we want to rattle off, just shows we think are interesting, and obviously our friend shows. So this is a completely out of order, by the way. But what I thought was cool, March 24th at AMH, we got Sheer Terror, Slapshot, and NSRV, which I kind of want to go just for no redeeming social value, to be honest. I mean, Slapshot and Sheer Terror and Slapshot are fucking awesome. I almost just said Terror. But NSRV, that is my band from like back in the day when I was a kid. I fucking love that band. March 11th is our Shadow Agent's birthday, Xavier. Vespid, Extinguish the Code, Cold Kiss, and opening up for that is Raid at Mona Lisa Studios in BK. That is March 11th, and I believe Mona Lisa Studios is in that little area like the Monarch and
I was about to ask
and the Meadows, that Meadows area. Let's see, and then one that I know everyone here is super excited for, February 24th. See you next Tuesday. Headlining, Bandit, The Banner, and our boy John is playing again. Wreath of Tongues at Vitus, and that is at February 24th. Let's see, and then the next day, it's going to be a crazy weekend. Missing Link, Buried Dreams, and On Broken Wings.
Yep.
Hold My Own, Fool's Game, and Not One Truth. At AMH, no less. Which is kind of insane.
It's going to be silly.
It is going to be silly.
Crazy.
And then March, once again, this is out of order. March 25th, we got at the Market Hotel. I really wish it wasn't at the Market Hotel. I say this every time. The venue is nice. I just don't like it being a death trap. There's one way in and one way out.
Everyone.
Unless someone can correct me on that. But either way, when it's packed and if something happens, it freaks me out. But either way, I'm still going to go because it's Vane, Tsunami. I'm going to skip the one that we're excited about. Standstill and Dead Last. But of course, it's the return of fucking Jukai. We love all the guys in Jukai. Zach, we love you. And I can't wait for that. Because I missed the last time they had something. And I think you said it was like right at the beginning of COVID. So
I wasn't there either.
Yeah, well, the turnout wasn't that great.
Yeah.
From what I'm told. And it sucks because Jukai's a fucking amazing man. If you guys haven't heard of Jukai and you're from Long Island, you're wrong. Fucking check out Jukai. Alright, and then this actually just got recently announced. March 5th, Ankle Biter, Risk, Ultimatum, and High Reach and Pig Mist is going to be playing that. That's going to be at AMH March 5th. Oh, and this one, I really want to go to this. March 18th. Yeah, Dylan already knows what I'm talking about. March 18th. Shout out to fucking Dre. Book this shit.
Fucking banger.
He is doing such good work. Oh, what up, Adam? Dre's doing such good work connecting Long Island and Philly together. Like, shout out to Dre, but this is a banger.
Yeah, man, he was talking to me about it when he crashed in my place after Beatdown Mania, and like he's like, yeah, I'm gonna try and get like all these like Long Island bands up in PA and do like this whole show, and he did. He's got like all these shows lined up.
Like that motherfucker's a machine.
Moving.
Like he had a whole season lined up of shows already, and this is probably one of the better ones. Targeted. Our boys Targeted, fucking shout out to Lorcan. 10 Slugs, one of my favorite beatdown bands to come out recently. Cycle of Abuse, and our boys in Physical Altercation. Shout out to Ryan. And also, awesome Physical Altercation got to 400 followers, so they're gonna be putting out a live IG live
Nice.
set soon, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm pretty sure I told like 50 people, like, you better fucking follow them. I want to see the set on IG live. And then we got day after, actually, March 19th, we got Bury Your Dead, Great American Ghost, Brick by Brick, Edict, and Cropsy.
Oh, is that the one at the King's Home?
No, that's at the Monarch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Monarch.
There is actually another show going on at that time. Shout out to Board Friends. On the same day, we have Oxblood, which is a cool noise, the rock band, Raid, Moose Creek Park, Trash, and Pink Mist. And shout out to Board Friends, man, because you guys are bringing out a lot of the harder bands from Long Island too, out into the city and shit.
They're booking a lot of shows.
Yeah, they are, and it's a lot of cool shows. You gotta check them out, because I mean, literally, if I kind of wish I was at one of those right now, because I might have eaten one too many Mario power-ups before this. And I'm about to review a whole ass movie after this, and I got a comic review.
That happens.
Anyways, and the last one I think I'm gonna advertise tonight. Yeah, and I know we have a bunch more. It's just it's. Well, no, we're not going to start again. Just watch it afterwards, Adam.
What the fuck?
Adam, no, I'm not going to repeat all that shit. That's so much.
Is that an actual request?
No, it's probably not.
He's like, no, I mean seriously. Before we start.
But what you call it? So, once again, shout out to I believe it's Justin, right? Justin that booked the Perennial Fest at Shaker's Pub. Double headliner, Summon the Plague and All Shall Suffer, which I'm pretty excited about. Summon the Plague definitely needs to start headlining more shows. And this is April 22nd at Shaker's Pub, Perennial Fest. I'm going to go down the list. It's a lot of bands. And the last time we were at one of these fests, it was really fun. Yeah, I know, Adam, you were kidding. Anyway, Summon the Plague, All Shall Suffer. Then we got Delusion, Break the Cycle, Torment, Greedworm, our boys in Submerge, Chained, Ulamog, and our boys in Comeuppance. Shout out to Nate. But yeah, we have a lot of shows coming up. And yeah, no, it's a great lineup. Because the thing I like about his fest is that they're kind of, each band's kind of different. You know what I mean? It's a different level of heavy. That's kind of like the same thing we try going for with our shows too. But
he got Delusion last time, right?
Yeah, he got Delusion here last time.
I like them. They're good.
Yeah, they're awesome. I believe actually the vocalist is in also Time to Pay, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I believe so also. But yeah, those are the shows we got for right now. And also, once again, shout out to Board Friends Entertainment. Shout out to Bad Idea Collective. Shout out to Hard Knock Records. Shout out to Adam and Angry Young Man Podcast.
Listen to his new cast. He dropped it.
Yes,
I think
he
it's
did
the
drop
first one of 2023.
Yes.
It's pretty cool. Goes through some of the shit he like grew up listening to and everything, and how long he's actually been around in hardcore.
Yeah, I haven't had the time to listen to it yet, but his podcasts are pretty good, and I would check him out. He does a really good work. He does a lot of good work too with a lot of the local bands here. And then also shout out to Trash Culture Podcast. I know either Nick is still on live right now or he just finished up. He's doing a lot of different things now. I think he's actually getting... Actually, I don't know if he announced it, so I don't want to drop it yet.
Word.
But he did do See You Next Tuesday, who is playing soon. So I'm pretty psyched about that. Check that. But yeah, let's get into the next thing we got going on tonight. I have a brief comic review. Let's see if I can get through it. I think I mentioned this to Dylan a few times. I actually might have mentioned it to one of the other podcasts we had when we weren't on video. It's a comic called Animosity from Aftershock Comics. I forget who writes it, and I really like the art in this too. But the basic synopsis of this is that imagine if every animal, I mean like every animal down to like plankton, all suddenly becomes sentient. And they have pretty much the learning and thinking processes of a human. And basically it's complete mayhem. It's like an animal apocalypse. Like all the animals that have been domesticated start taking revenge on the humans.
Did you ever see Zoo?
You told me about this. The difference between Zoo and Animosity
Zoo gets crazy.
is that Zoo, they don't talk in Zoo, right?
Well, no, but they coordinate. Like, there's no actual speak, but they are
sentient.
coherent, even like the ants and everything.
Yes.
But after a couple of seasons, Zoo goes completely like off the rails, and there's actually like mutagen hybrid, like human dog people almost.
It's funny because
pretty wild.
It's funny because Animosity, to a certain point, it gets crazy like that. Except I don't think it's mutants; it's more like cybernetics.
I forget how it happens.
It's weird, man. Because here's the thing: this is a cool concept because it really just shows like we are completely outnumbered, and it lays it out in the comic books. Where like, in terms of like animals, it doesn't matter our technology. There's enough of. I think one of the opening panels is a bunch of seagulls literally like kamikazing into like plane engines and crashing the planes because they want humans out of the sky. And then there's a scene where because it almost follows
like bugs get.
Oh yeah, they do.
See, we're fucked because in one episode of Zoo, the ants actually like
Hi, Alexa.
somehow like conducted electricity and were like short-circuiting.
No, there are ants that can do that.
Okay, so they were like short-circuiting like major like functions in society.
I haven't read Sweet Tooth yet, Adam, but I heard it's really good, and I heard the show is actually pretty good too. Because it's Jeff Lemire that does that one, and I do like a lot of the stuff he did because he did a Thanos run I think I really liked. But I have to check that out. I heard it was really good. Also, my other friend that's really into comics, he raves about it, so I eventually have to get into it. It's hard for me to get into books sometimes. It's like when I find something, I latch onto it for a really long time, and then I move on to something else that catches my interest. Like the last thing I think was the last one I reviewed. I think it was Ultra Mega, the Kaiju one. And but yeah, before I go off too much off the rails, but yeah, every animal planet becomes sentient, and it follows the what you call it. It follows the story of a little girl and a dog that's protecting her to get out of the city and get out of the country. And they're not doing anything where they're like, we have to find a cure, we have to figure out what's going on. No. They actually mentioned that in the comic. They're like, no, this isn't about that. This is about us just trying to fucking survive this. And they get into some crazy shit. Like, I think I don't want to give away too much because it's a really good read. Once again, Animosity by Aftershock Comics. I'll post.
Knows about Ultra Mega too.
Ultra Mega's dope. Yes, it's awesome. And I hope they get, I mean, Mike keeps saying they're going to get a second, I guess, season or a second volume.
I'm just saying, it was really good.
It's awesome. Well, it's also because Image Comics, they have a tendency to sometimes, almost like Netflix, if it's a good concept but it's not selling as well as they want to, they're just gonna fucking cank it.
Yeah.
But if it has enough cult following, yeah. But like you said, there's still a chance it might come out. I think it's been like at least a year, a gap between. But like I said, it takes time to write all that shit. It takes time. He might have dropped off an artist or something, you know? Things happen. But like I said, Animosity, please check it out. It's great. Like I said, one of the coolest things I saw was a bunch of animals. They start starving because there's not enough food for everybody now. And animals, like even vegetarians, are like, wait, I want to try meat. What? Or I want to eat this. But there's not enough resources for people. So what happens is that these animals become not cannibals, but they eat things they're not supposed to. And there's one instance where they actually kind of do a, like you know, like the 3 raccoons in a trench coat thing.
Yeah.
They do that, but to a crazy degree where there's like frogs doing the tendons of an arm and stuff to make muscles. There's boa constrictors making the muscles for like this, like anthropomorphized, like almost a scarecrow that goes to abduct people. They kill it and then they eat the person. All the animals within the trench coat or whatever they have going on. It's crazy, man. But Animosity, check it out. I'll post up a picture on it on IG. I'm trying to get these comics to you guys so you guys can read them, but every site I go to, it just pummels you with fucking spams and ads.
Yeah,
and
that's why I hate reading shit on
yeah, it sucks, man. So it's hard for me to get you guys.
Everyone always like links me shit for like, because I'm forever, by the way, for all 4 of you. If you can find any of the Battle Royale mangas, I'll buy them. I want them. I need that violence back in my life, and they're impossible to find for under like $600.
Yeah.
So, like, if anyone knows where I could get them, that is not the fucking, like, reading shit on the internet, because I want to actually read a book, let me know.
Yeah, this is actually one of the problems with us doing comic reviews in general, because you didn't like not having the book. And, not for nothing, the sites I sent them to were exactly what I was saying. It would hit you with spam and all this bullshit, like...
The one for Cross wasn't that bad.
Yeah, after a while, your thing gets used to it.
I read Cross, and that was when I gave up on all your comics at that point.
Okay, because Cross is awesome, but you just don't appreciate the nihilism in it. That's it.
Everything's fucked.
Yeah, which is why we're never going to do The Sadness. Check out The Sadness. It's a movie on Shudder. Best adaptation of Cross you'll ever get.
Yep.
Period. But moving on, speaking of movies, we're going to get into our movie review for tonight. We got Maximum Overdrive, and I'm going to now change this so that Dylan's not distracted anymore.
What are you talking about?
Oh, those girls do.
Emilio!
Emilio!
There's absolutely nothing I'm watching to the right of us.
Where is the remote? See, this is why we need editing people.
Probably underneath that piece of paper.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yep.
And it is.
Both of them right there.
Shut up, Dylan. Stop judging me.
I judge everyone.
Hold on. And because we had mosh videos in the background for our music talk.
Yeah.
And Dylan was just staring at it. By the way, if you guys get a chance,
3 Knee Deep,
Three-
2019 Shakers Pub. Great video.
yeah,
Great set.
shout out to the guy Mike Morazzo who filmed that.
He's in Draw the Line. Draw the Line's having a last show coming up. That'll be announced, though.
Well, way to step on their parade, Mike. Maybe they wanted to announce that.
Oh.
Dick.
Oh, shit. Forgot about
Whatever. Jimmy loves us.
that. Yeah, whatever.
You just ruined it now.
Whatever. It don't matter. They're gonna find out anyways. What's up, T-Fon? And let me see. All right, so I gotta find, because here's the thing. So we actually paid for this movie. I had it on sale. Dylan apparently didn't. But then again, Dylan is
Great
very
movie.
yeah. Dylan likes this movie.
This movie is...
I wanted to like defend it a lot harder, but it's hard to do so when everyone involved in the movie shit talks it. So there's really nothing for me to defend.
Oh my god. Let me.
Also, when's the last time you watched this movie?
Besides just now,
Probably last year.
I watched this almost
I like
yearly.
this movie.
I watched this
I
almost yearly. I'm
don't
not gonna
think.
lie.
I mean, we'll get into it.
We're gonna
but,
get
like,
into it, but here's the, all right. Let me get into some.
It teeters off.
All right, let me shit.
Yeah, it just sort of like stops.
I want to get you guys like kind of prepped for this because there was a lot of bullshit that came with this movie, and I know you did a little research with this, with the production.
Very little.
With the production, it's kind of insane. Like I haven't deep dived into this since like I did Mac and Me with Marcy. Oh yeah, by the way, shout out to Marcy and X Over Podcast. So like this is like the fever pitch of like Stephen King's height. So did you like from 1980, right after The Shining, it took off, where he literally, it's been a movie every year, almost 2 movies in 1 year of his properties. Honestly, I want to believe because the same year, Stand By Me came out, the month after this, and I'm pretty sure they were just like, oh yeah, movie. And no, it's an amazing movie, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure people are just like, yeah, I forgot that he actually knows how to write because I just saw Maximum Overdrive the fucking month before. This guy probably has residuals. He's filthy rich. Filthy rich. Because he has so many properties out there right now. Like,
let alone the fact that he
like,
writes. Probably rich from just his books. So
nonstop.
Not even just the movies.
It's nonstop. It's to the point where I remember I read somewhere that he actually put out so much work that his publishers were like, you can't do this. People aren't going to buy all your shit. And he had to go under a surname and write under a different name because they were like, it's insane how much you're putting out. And to be honest, there's, kudos to them for having that kind of work ethic. For having that kind of work ethic.
I can't write shit anymore.
Well, here's the thing. There's a problem with his writing that I'll get into right now where it's like, he's really not good with dialogue. Like, he's good at describing things, inanimate objects, situations, maybe the thoughts of a character, but not when people talk to each other. Okay. And I think that's what really hurt a lot of this script when he was writing it. Because this is the first and only film that Stephen King directed. And there's a good reason for this. So, like I said, his writing...
it's really hard to top.
Yeah. So, Maximum Overdrive...
So you agreed.
Huh?
You just agreed with me.
With
you
what?
didn't even fucking realize.
With what?
I just said this is one of the hardest movies to top, and you're like, yeah.
What do you mean in top in what regard?
Like
though?
amazing. Like it's just
no, in order to top in terms of badness, maybe.
No, like top, like it's at the top.
This fucking...
No, this is not at the fucking top. Because I'm gonna get into something else later for this. Because
dude,
this is
real
like,
quick. There was a guy. His punch card. His name was Gene Poole. I'm not even kidding. P-O-O-L-E.
And you know who wrote that? Stephen fucking King wrote
that. And also, I hate this bitch who just got cut with the electric thing.
Well, no, this annoys me too because she should have burnt herself on the grill, but she doesn't actually. Watch. We'll watch real quick. Sorry, we're gonna ignore you all for 4 seconds. See, she is on the grill right now. Horrible acting. Anyway, great movie. Watch it.
But I'm just saying.
Can you really blame them though? Because one of the biggest problems with production apparently was that he did not like working with actors. Not because.
Oh really?
Yeah, not because he. It's not even that he didn't like working with it. He wasn't comfortable with it. Like, he didn't like the idea of pushing people. You know what I mean? Telling people what to do and shit. Like, just read my shit and then I'll direct around you, that kind of thing. He said he liked working with the props and the explosion. He went on his serious Michael Bay binge with this shit.
I mean, this movie, like, that first scene when the bridge, like, goes up and everyone's still on it, like, people flying through windshields and, like,
I will give it this. Money was put into this.
People got really hurt. It looked like people got really hurt.
Well, here's another thing. This was considered to be one of the most unsafe work environments for all of these actors.
Oh, so they all probably did get hurt.
So the cinematographer,
everything was real.
The cinematographer. So
that's why it looks so real.
So the cinematographer. There's a scene.
That golden retriever, real.
Oh, the little kid in the baseball suit.
With the all right. So we're gonna get into it, but like one of the things, like I said, the cinematographer actually almost lost an eye because there's a scene with a lawnmower and they're trying to get a shot of the killer lawnmower going after someone, and they have the camera on a wood plank to keep the low shot.
I already know.
Now here's
I already know.
So here's the thing. Now he was advised. Stephen King was advised we should take the blades out of the fucking lawnmower because no one's gonna see it and you're still gonna get the same noise and everything. He's like, no, we need this to be authentic. And guess what happens? The plank gets jammed into the fucking mower and splinters fly out and the guy gets hit right in the fucking left eye. And they had to pause shooting for 2 weeks for him to get surgery, and he sued the fuck out of Stephen King and the whole production because he advised them this is not a good idea. So honestly, a lot of those people probably got hurt in this fucking movie.
Yeah, now
because after a while they said they had to hire security for people, just like, listen, we have to run through this first, and then we'll let the actors go through and everything. I actually have a fucking quote here. I have a quote. I went on a deep dive with this shit. Like, hold up. So it was
just to prove how good it is.
God damn it! Did I already lose it?
Yep.
Oh yeah, Laura Harrington, who plays a hitchhiker in the movie. They're really cute in this movie too, by the way. There was this one guy on fire, and they had a real hard time putting him out. So it always felt like someone was going to die on set.
Oh my god. Oh, hey, what's up, Morty?
Morty, what's up, man?
As Morty comes in, yeah, people are gonna die on set.
But here's the thing. So I'm not gonna get into any more of the pre-production shit, but that's exactly what you're kind of walking into with this. That's a lot of bullshit, and all of it Stephen King's fault. And that's why he never wants to do it again. He admits this was not a good idea. He admits he takes full accountability for a lot of this shit. Where he also admits that he was coked out of his fucking mind the entire time.
Dylan, that's why you can't write.
Because I don't do cocaine.
You don't do coke.
Not only that, he was drunk the entire time too.
I don't drink either.
He was drunk. Apparently, one of the camera people, by the way, one of the translators, because they had an Italian crew, because it was funded by an Italian man who only bought the rights to this because his girlfriend was into Stephen King.
What's happening?
This is what you're walking into with Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, yeah, crush
this kid gets crushed.
Steamroller. So many children die in this movie. It's kind of fucked up. We want to go back to our random topic of children dying.
This is on the list, yeah.
Yeah, it's on the list, definitely.
Well, just to get into, like I said, the entire crew is Italian. Like, everything was fucked up with this movie. Everything. I've never seen a movie that had so much going for it because he got the money. He had full creative, like, whatever you wanted to do. That is what every director dreams of. And he fucked it all up.
Yep.
Like I was saying before, apparently they clocked him drinking a beer at 6 a.m. And by the time 8 o'clock came in and they were rolling, he was already on his 10th beer. Like, I don't know about you guys, but after 10 beers, I'm pretty fucking lit.
Well, that's where the cocaine comes in.
Exactly.
So, I get what he's doing. I get what he's doing. He's getting...
Yep, a Missouri speedball.
Yeah, he's found that sweet spot. It's like 10 beers and then like a whole 8-ball. That's just what he does.
But it's, oh my god, dude.
That's what this movie is. This is beer and cocaine.
And after you like hear all that, after I read all that, I'm like, you know what? So much of this makes more sense. But this movie it has its reasons why it's as bad as it is.
It's a mess.
So, but I'll say this too. This is one of the funnier bad movies that we've watched. This wasn't painful to watch.
Oh, this kid's gonna get run over in high def now.
Oh yeah.
Why are we watching this again?
Well, all right, so we have the clips playing in the background because
this is just clips.
Yeah, because we don't have the movie. And apparently, YouTube has the movie, but it's literally just the kind of a reel of all the attacks and the kills. So you get to watch the kids die twice.
Like a lot. Yeah.
Like a lot. But, oh, want a burr? Anyone?
Oh,
Beer?
yeah.
Beer?
I just finished mine. Perfect. Oh!
Yeah, I might as well start drinking if I need to write, right?
Warsteiner.
This is one of the best beers. Warsteiner. Sponsor us.
Yo, they got money. They've been around since 1750.
I'm not going to ask Miller Lite to. They're already sponsoring the Islanders. It's enough.
No. I need that.
But anyways, this movie opens up.
Lose to the Devils
This
in March.
This opens up with a shot of a bank. And back in the day, I don't know if they still have them in the city, the little ticker tapes that go across. I think maybe for the stock market shit or whatever.
Mm-hmm. They do.
And they have a ticker tape, but instead of like numbers and shit, it just says "fuck you"
Oh,
over and over again.
Wait, so real quick.
I posted it up on our
The
page.
one where the ATM saying you're an asshole?
Yes.
Is that Stephen King?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is Stephen King. Stephen King is at the ATM looking goofy as fuck, staring, and the ATM is just putting "you're an asshole" all over the screen. And one of the funniest opening lines in the whole fucking movie. This ATM just called me an asshole.
Yeah, like why is he putting on that
Deep
weird...
southern. Oh,
Yeah.
because they're in North Carolina. This all takes place in North Carolina.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
In Wilmington. Around Wilmington.
Oh, is that where we were?
No, I don't think it was. I was thinking about that too, but no, I don't think that's where it was. Where we were. Shout out Perfect Cleansing. Come back and play the island.
Yo, glass casket though.
Mm,
That's a thing. That's officially a thing.
that's true. Even though I still think it's fake news.
It's
But-
not. The dude posted it himself.
But anyways, and then after that you get this really cool drawbridge scene. Because like I said, this is one thing I'll give the movie. They put the money into all the effects. Whatever money they had, it was all into the effects.
Well,
it was all
I mean,
practical.
I don't really think it was effects. People just got hurt and they filmed it. They literally like, we're gonna raise this bridge and just hold on.
Yeah, and we actually had Alexa was watching this with us. She's actually said that actually was probably relatively cheap in the grand scheme of things.
Yes, what she said, the most expensive thing was probably renting the bridge, which apparently you can just rent bridges or whatever you want. You
So,
can rent things.
bookers, if you want to go do a bridge thing,
All right, so like, can I just completely derail because like this is
here,
I'm announcing that I'm gonna derail, and it has to do with just like oh, you can buy bridges. Was it Die Hard? I think it was Die Hard.
Mhm.
You know the helicopter scene where they're like flying the helicopter through the streets and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, they did that.
For real.
Wait,
Like,
you're
okay,
talking
so
about-
they rented this helicopter, right? And
Wait,
they're like, yeah, we're gonna do this. They told like the city what they were gonna do
Okay.
loosely.
Okay. They
And
talk
then-
loosely.
And then, like, I think they got, like, about 20 or 30 minutes, and they, like, ran that shit, like, on the streets almost. Like, they did
Oh
it,
my
and
God.
the city was like, fuck out of here with that shit. Like, we're cutting the time down, and you're not doing that. Like,
Don't do that again.
That would be hilarious if they didn't tell what they were using the bridge for in Maximum Overdrive.
and the building they used was a working building, too, in Die Hard. So, like, the gunfights and shit, they had to, like, wait until most people were out of, like, office hours because they were, like, disturbing people while they were working and shit with this crap.
Wow, that is fucking
Wait,
nuts.
a good day to die hard.
No, Die Hard. Just Die Hard.
Just Die Hard.
Just, the movie Die Hard.
The first Die Hard.
Yes.
When do they fly a helicopter in the streets?
When the fucking agent comes through
Yeah.
at the end. The guy with fucking acne face.
Oh goddamn! What is his name?
His whole face is like a fucking...
Yeah, he was.
Edward
He
James
was
Olmos?
Yeah, he was also in Predator 2.
Edward James
Yeah.
Olmos?
No, I don't think that's him. It's a
No,
different
I
guy.
But you know what I'm
He was
talking
also
about.
in the Goonies too.
But I'm saying, he's got holes in his face. It looks like...
Oh yeah, no, you guys, that's like some moon crater
His
shit.
face looks like a beige
I mean, we
orange
don't want to
to
fucking rail on these dudes for having pizza faces.
No,
Remember?
he's
he
got-
like lights everyone up on the roof.
He's got orange peel face.
Oh god.
You know what I mean? He's
Anyways,
got-
back to Maximum
Maximum
Overdrive.
Overdrive.
Jesus.
Back to Maximum Overdrive. The girl in this, the super annoying girl in this, she's fucking Lisa Simpson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is hilarious.
I didn't get her name because she wasn't actually billed really. A lot of these actors weren't really credited for this. It's kind of fucked up. Like Stephen King fucked this all up because also in the promo of it, and I posted it too on I think either ours. It's definitely on the Gooned Up story where he's talking shit. So like pretty much every director before him that tried to make movies like
Yeah.
if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. And if you look at him, he looks fucking coked out of his brain. And when he's like, I'm ready to scare the shit out of you, you don't know where he's pointing at. It's like he's pointing over here, but he's talking to you over here. Because this is the only person I've seen do so much coke that he goes cross-eyed. Like his eyes got wonky. Like
We should get a remake of this movie.
Honestly, I would not be opposed to that.
This movie
concept's
has so much potential. I feel like.
So, did you read the actual story that's based off of?
Well, no.
Trucks. I'll send you actually the link to that.
Okay. It's short, right? It's like a newspaper ad.
That's another thing. How are you gonna make a whole ass movie from a 3-page story?
The Mist is only 98 pages or some shit.
And this is where the comparison comes in now, because this is literally
the Mist. Is a novella.
No, this is the prototype for the Mist. Like Stephen King mentioned that the reason that he was like he tried to make this as crazy as possible is because he wanted to kind of separate from the Mist that he's coming up with, because it's the same concept. So once you get past all of this shit, you get to the Dixie Boy, which is a truck stop, and that is where the remainder of the movie is.
Okay, yeah.
So, so the whole thing is that every electronic appliance in the world goes sentient almost, right?
Fuck you.
Because a comet's tail passes through Earth for like 8 days, so many hours, minutes, and seconds, and I assume after that time period is over, it goes back to normal.
So
you just have to survive for 8 days, which isn't that hard.
That wasn't in the actual truck story.
Okay.
He had to add this shit because they were worried that no one would understand what was happening, and rightfully so. They were like, "Wait, why are the trucks going crazy?" In the story, once again, Stephen King is a great writer when it comes to just describing things and the thought processes of people. Because it's just I think it's supposed to be the point of view of Bill, actually, where he's just thinking everything. He's trapped at this truck stop, and he's kind of going over the stories and people of what happened, and they're just trapped there, scared because the trucks are circling around them, and there's no real ending to it, where he just kind of ends his thought like, I hope maybe we can get out of here, and then like in 50 years the trucks will rust up and they won't fucking be a problem anymore, and we can finally live our lives. Like that's how he ends, and not for nothing, it's really well written. Like I really liked it, but it does not translate well to this at all, because he was fucked up, clearly. Like, so when we get to the Dixie Boy, like you get introduced to all the main characters. Emilio Estevez, great actor. He's a good actor, but the problem is that Stephen King doesn't know how to direct actors.
Stephen King is not a good director.
No, and you know who we wanted for this to begin with? You might know this.
I forgot though. I like looked it up.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
He wanted Bruce Springsteen to, and by the way, he immediately turned this down. He's like, why the fuck would I do this?
Yeah.
And, which by the way, as soon as he said no, Stephen King immediately lost like half of his interest in this movie. So a lot of this was a lot of fuck it decisions. So like, so Emilio Estevez gets introduced, normally a good actor, but the dialogue he has between him and his boss and stuff.
It's dog shit. It's
dog shit, but you know what I like about this? I like seeing actors have fun, and the guy that plays his boss does the southern piece of shit like he boss so good. Shit. Oh my god, he has a cigar in his mouth the whole time. He's calling everybody Bubba because they're in the South, and
he's a total dude.
And he's a total dickbag.
Oh my god, it makes sense why that guy calls me Bubba all the time.
Is he from the South?
He's from North Carolina.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Guy I've been gaming with on ARC.
Dude.
Got a thick southern. He's a nice dude. I was just like getting used to the lingo. Like
that would be and you know what's fucked up? His name in the movie is Bubba. So I'm like, why are you calling people by your name the entire fucking movie? That's Pat Hingle. He does a really good fucking job in this. But that's how a veteran actor is. Emilio Estevez is still kind of new to a lot of this shit, to be honest. Like I think this was only a few years. Like maybe.
What was the other movie he fucking did?
Breakfast Club.
Yeah, did that come out already?
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that was one of his first movies.
Man, there's no excuse then.
What are you talking about? That at least, because there's a difference between that and this. That was literally just people talking.
Yeah,
and it was
there's
awesome.
No excuse. I feel like,
But it's only what you give him. That's and you know what I mean. And like I said, he's still not a veteran. That Pat Hingle has been around.
He could have improvised.
Yeah, I don't think he was ever a good improvisational actor though. It's just whatever you get him, and it's just you have to direct him well. There's some people that are just like that, which are fine. But like I said, Pat Hingle did a great fucking job. Laura Harrington was a hitchhiker get introduced to later that comes in with this rapey ass fucking Bible salesman.
Oh yeah, that guy's creepy.
This is way before Me Too or any of that shit because he did not give a fuck. The guy was feeling her up like a motherfucker. Like if she stabbed him, you wouldn't say like, oh, that's fucked. No, he deserved it.
She told him he was gonna cut her. Like, no, she was gonna cut him.
Like cut off his hand or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like if you touch me again with that fucking hand, like
you're gonna have to use a hook to wipe your ass.
Yeah, that's it. And then the guy got all.
Deuces.
I did not even see that.
That is the dumbest death in the movie.
That was a stupid death. The dog was choked to death with an electric car.
Well, no, think about it. It makes sense.
You're gonna defend the dog death.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
How did she die?
She got choked by her hair straightener.
So there's a point in the movie, like I said, the whole point is that all of the electronic appliances in the world go haywire, and there's a death, or you see passing by, there's a dog with an electronic car in his mouth, and he's just dead on the side of the road, bleeding out of his mouth. So how do you defend that?
Well, what do dogs do when they're approached by something that they don't understand that makes loud noises?
They bite.
They get low, and they fucking arch their face to it, and they growl and they bark and shit. So that car perfectly rammed itself in its mouth.
I completely.
How else would that car have killed that dog?
Hey, Alicia. Thank you for watching, Alicia. But no, you're right. I take it back. No, you're right. Yeah, take it back. All right, you're right. That makes sense.
It's actually also the most
logical
death of this fucking movie.
It really is. It's so fucked up because it's the most logical death in the movie if you think about it. There's no rules to this.
No, there aren't.
There's no rules.
The regular cars are normal.
No, because some of the regular cars are killing people.
But fucking Lisa over here driving their car around all day.
And also, not for nothing, the Bible salesman, his car never turned. And the Bible salesman his car never turned. The married couple you're introduced with is Lisa Simpson and her husband, essentially.
Great couple.
Which honestly,
Best actor
the
in the
husband.
movie.
Jesus Christ, I hated Lisa's character.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna call her Lisa, by the way, because I know. No offense to the actress or the actual character.
All she did was scream.
Oh my God, she's that.
And you know what's really dumb? They had to go back and record her and then put those recordings into the movie. So they had to record her multiple times, just making stupid fucking sounds.
It was just shrieking.
She was shrieking.
She was just shrieking like a heartbeat the entire movie, and I'm just like, all right, you got to be quiet. Like I get it, you're one of those.
And they mic'd her up too. It was like mic'd up shrieking, and it was like there's some points in the movie where it like when a mic it's like too loud.
Yeah.
It does that like twice.
where it just maxes out.
Yeah, she maxes out the mic like twice in this movie, and it's like.
I did like her husband. The husband was a cool dude.
The husband's interaction with Emilio when they were walking through the sewage.
Oh, when they're gonna try and rescue the other guy.
I feel like that was honestly like a pretty human, like ad lib, not forced comment. Like they were kind of like having fun.
I feel like at that point they were all kind of bonding over, we might actually die here, you guys, because Stephen King will kill us because he's not really thinking about our safety.
I thought they had a good little interaction. Like, there wasn't too many words.
I actually, you're right. I did like that.
The transaction was real. It wasn't like, it didn't feel like you were watching a movie.
That could have been, I think that was, they did a good job with that. I think at that point they realized that maybe Stephen King isn't going to direct, like, we have to do something. Like, and that was actually a pretty good scene. But like I said, you get introduced to the husband, and one of my favorite lines in the movie, where he just goes, they're getting chased by trucks and shit all the entire way to the Dixie Boy, and he goes, I think I loaded my pants.
Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't heard that expression for shitting yourself ever.
I'm never like,
maybe it's
I'm gonna use that thing. Now. It might be a southern thing.
You've seen Arrested Development?
Yes.
And he's like, I've gone and blew myself. He's like, there's got to be a better way to say that. I'm going to say that for this. There's got to be a better way to say that.
I mean, would you say I loaded my pants or I shit myself?
Shit myself. Because if you said I loaded my pants, it sounds like you... like, yeah, it doesn't sound like...
I think you mentioned as we were watching this.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you crapped yourself. It sounds like you... Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I mean, at this point, the whole thing is like you're just getting all these characters together. I think one of my...
Maybe it was actually a memory of him. They actually hit him.
That guy actually died.
There's a lot of these people might have actually died. There might have been a whole thing at the end of the credits.
Why some of the cast wasn't in the credits?
Yes, probably because like we don't have to give them credit, right? Like they're dead. Like, but what you call it? So there's you get introduced to the little kid because there's always got to be a little kid in this movie, so you attach yourself to Deke, which is a terrible name by the way.
Smartest kid ever.
He was actually pretty smart. He's at a little league game. Spice, oh my god. Morty!
Yo, that's actually hilarious.
But
no, honestly, let's bring that terminology around. He's like, yo, I loaded my pants. It's like, what? This shit's so stupid. Oh, shout out to Bic for not changing their logo ever.
Oh yeah, you could definitely see who is sponsoring this movie.
Oh yeah, straight up.
Besides the weird Italian guy.
Oh, and Marvel. He never talked about how they were whoring themselves out and slapped the Green Goblin.
So the main truck, the main villain in this, is a truck with the face of the Green Goblin in the front. Which, by the way, most badass truck you'll ever see.
It's ridiculous.
Is the Green Goblin, and in the back.
Yo.
And then in the back, it has this like crazy killer clown on the back of it.
Yo, honestly, the clown is pretty hard, like on the back of it. That'd be a crazy shirt, just Happy Toys on the front and the clown.
Is this like one of his only movies with no Stephen King Easter eggs in it too?
Yeah. Because I think he wanted this to be his big directorial debut.
Like, I was looking for, like, the Christine car. I was looking for anything, but...
Yeah. But anyways. So where was I? See, this is why it's better to edit.
The
little kid.
Truck.
So, the little kid, you get introduced... Well, yeah, I wanted to get into the soda deaths.
Oh, the soda deaths were great.
You guys describe that. I want to see on this.
First of all, I don't understand.
That was actually what we were watching. There was a clip.
I don't really understand why the vending machine had a cannon. That was just how it like unloaded the sodas. But homie, like, what was it? The guy walked up. He got hit in the nuts twice. Hilarious. And then it got really serious. He got hit in the head, and his brain is just shattered. His skull's shattered.
Which, by the way, have you ever seen a soda machine that has the possibility of being a projectile, where it comes out of a tube like that? No. Usually soda machines just drop the soda.
Like if it was
maybe it was using the flap.
No, you literally see it's like cannon.
If it's an old one, yeah, this was a cannon. If it was an old one, they were coming out sideways, like just like a lot of force. Like I could see that because maybe like it's angled and it like shoots out and like it's lobbing them to people. This is like a fucking what's that shit? Pitching like
the tennis ball machine.
Yeah, like it's literally like that, but shooting fucking soda cans at people with like Mach 2 and like just busting people's heads open. Killed like 3 kids because it broke their spines, and then a kid gets run over with
a steamroller that just comes literally steamrolling through the fucking baseball field.
Random steamroller. He Austin powered this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just fucking wasted this kid. And by the way, he was probably one of the best actors in the fucking thing, where that scream that he gives when he's getting run over by the steamroller is blood curdling.
Yeah, no, it's a good sample. Good sample.
He doesn't have legs anymore, bro.
He doesn't have anything anymore.
Stop it short.
He doesn't have anything anymore. He's
Stephen King fucked it up.
Apparently, so there was actually a part where when the thing goes away, there's supposed to be a giant blood trail and entrails and stuff that Stephen King wanted to throw in, but the producer's like, no, you can't do that.
You can't murder a kid and then just have his guts everywhere.
Yeah, like this movie's already off the rails as it is. We can't do that.
Like, why not? Like,
and that's literally, he fought for that, but he's like,
because there was a lot of gore in this movie, so I feel like that one little scene.
Yeah, not for nothing. So like, but that's also the thing. So I don't understand how half of these deaths were. Dylan's explanation of the dog makes sense. There's one where the kid is riding his bike through town, and you just see a lady with the extension cord wrapped around her neck, and it was a hairdryer. I'm like, did the hairdryer get up? What? How does that work? There's just people just obviously in car wrecks and stuff, and then there's the lawnmower scene.
Oh, the lawnmower scene's ridiculous. It's just like
covered in blood.
Yep.
That's honestly kind of terrifying. Like if it was one of those, like, you ever seen like
happening?
No, well yeah, but like on the highway.
Oh yeah.
The highway lawnmowers. If one of those was chasing you and you fell, like.
See, this is why I agree with Dylan. With like, they could remake this and make this probably good, because there was actually a part during that where the ice cream truck was stalking the kid, and it's like the kid, you don't see it killing anyone or anything, but you know that it's alive, you know it's looking for people, and it's just that eerie thing of the song playing, and it's just following this kid, and he's just ducking it. That would be cool, like that. Not for nothing, it wouldn't if he directed it better, it would have looked better, but. Jesus, man.
Let's get the rights to make it a mini series. Make like an 8-episode
Like he had
show.
everything going for him for this, and he fucked it up. This is why you don't do cocaine on set while you're directing. Whatever you do afterwards, it's fine. But like, on set, don't do that.
Oh, Logan just comes in. He's like, "Yeah, just don't do cocaine on set while you're directing." Like, small punctuation is very important.
But yeah. So I think going back to the comparison now, because all these characters finally merge into the Dixie Boy. The Mist is what this movie could have been, but with cars. Because here's the thing: when you get into the Mist, you get inside of the place. You ignore the monsters and all that shit in the back. They have good human interactions. Everyone's scared. You have your players. You have Miss Carmody, the lady that's completely evangelical or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And then you have the dad's protecting his son. You learn to get to know these characters. There is zero character development in this.
There's just a lot of
you just
fodder.
like, these are the guys. This is what's happening.
You barely learn
go.
any of their names.
They're gonna
I
die.
feel like
I didn't.
by the end of the movie, there's more characters than you've ever seen throughout the whole movie. And I'm just like, who are these other people that are just like...
They're just side characters. And by the way, it's like you said before, they're just meat for the grinder. They're just cannon fodder.
They're gonna get
Because-
destroyed.
And so we get into this where everyone's kind of trapped in here, and this is where you should be getting to know everybody. But he's so focused on the effects and what you can do with the cars and all this shit, where he's focused on trying to make it seem like, oh, this car's driving by itself, or the explosion that's going to come up, because you don't know any of these characters. The only thing you know, as these are the dumbest fucking people that you will probably meet. A lot of these people are winning Darwin Awards. Number one, the guy that gets blinded. Who, when something's clogged that you know has something harmful that can come from it.
Oh, yeah, the guy
diesel.
with the.
He gets sprayed in
my
the face with
God,
diesel.
he's just like, oh,
Why aren't you working?
it's
Let
like,
me try and clear it.
I
It's
think-
like,
I
it's
think-
like, oh, hey, let me look at this.
Don't
torch.
actually do
I
it,
know.
Mike. You're literally doing the thing we're talking about.
Darwin Award.
Darwin
tonight.
Award, right
All right,
there.
listen, I'll put it over here where it cannot possibly.
Okay, fine.
But it's just like he's like, oh, I want this thing that shoots gas out of it. I wonder if it's gonna work.
And of course, the gas pump is sentient, so kind of for this one moment, and it sprays him in the face with diesel. Which, by the way, it's like the thickest fucking diesel I've ever
I was
seen.
like,
It
that
looked
looks like
oil.
motor oil.
Like honestly, I've never seen diesel that looks like that. But yeah, like he gets sprayed, and obviously he goes blind, and which, by the way, just flush it out. You just flush it out for like a good 45 minutes, and you're good.
Second girl.
But like they exaggerate because they show like his eyes bleeding and shit, which is ridiculous. But either way, another one, the waitress.
I was about to say, she's a stupid bitch. What was she? She's like yelling at them.
Well, I
made
mean,
you.
did you even see how she like cooked? Everything about her
Oh,
was.
I was gonna
stupid.
bring that up.
Well, honestly, she was banging the boss.
She doesn't know how to
They
cook.
show that where they're coming back from the back room, they're getting dressed and shit.
Another thing, if Dylan was here and he found out about that room, we'd be talking, and Dylan would just come back and be like, "I blew them all up. We can leave now."
Yeah.
So the piece of shit boss apparently has an entire stockade of weapons underneath. Which, by the way, he could have just armed everybody and they could have left.
Yeah, he had like 50 rocket launchers. I'm like, "There's 14 trucks."
Because after a while, you realize that the trucks, they're all sentient, and then they start doing the thing that like turkeys do when they see a dead turkey. They just start going around in a circle around the Dixie Boy, just terrorizing these people as they try to come in or out. Where it's like, also, they're killing gas, and after a while, the plot of this movie becomes, hey, we need gas, so we're going to enslave you to feed us gas.
Yeah, they like use Morse code to communicate with the humans
Which-
and tell them to give them
Oh
gas.
yeah.
Once again, no rules, because how the fuck did they contact a bulldozer with that doesn't have radio capabilities, and a military truck, which, honestly, that doesn't, well, I might actually have
All
a
right.
radio.
But
My
also,
other thing is
the machine gun.
yes, the machine gun.
It's not electronic!
It's
I
just-
even looked. I was like, all right, well maybe
It's an
there was
old
like
one.
a special trigger inserted where it
No,
could do.
no.
Like I even looked. I was like, all right, wait. Do they have like a special trigger, or is there like a button switch? Nah, like that machine gun should have never been able to fire.
Exactly.
It's not a machine.
It's
Like
literally,
it
no,
was
because
mounted
it's a
on a
stick.
truck.
It's
That
a
was
stick.
it.
It's
I know,
mounted
I
on
know.
a turret.
It's
That's
a
it.
stick. It doesn't do anything. It
There's
doesn't
nothing
turn.
electronic about this shit. Like, and it's an old gun too. It's like a nom gun. Like, it was Animal
a
Mother.
MG42.
It was an old fucking. They don't use those anymore. They have saw gunners. They have saws for that shit now. Like, Logan's a saw gunner. Shout out to Logan. Shout out Pink Mist.
Saw so bad. If you know how to get me a saw,
Don't
hit me up.
Don't give him a saw.
Hit me up on this account though, so it's not actually attached to me.
Wow.
It's attached to me.
Thanks.
No, don't do that. But either way, so.
Good thing there's only 4 people in here.
But like we were saying before, this guy has a cache of weapons, and it's to the point like during the movie he starts blowing up trucks that come near the Dixie Boy, and that's why they start circling because he has a fucking rocket launcher.
And I'm just like,
which also, those are one-time use. He just keeps feeding it rockets. It's not how that works.
Yeah.
I love how Dylan's just like, I can't defend this. Like,
Dylan
it's not a well-made movie.
He would have blown up every truck though.
He would have. But also, like the boss, the boss hog dude was like, "I'm not giving you guys," because he just wants to keep his little.
That guy would have been roped up somewhere. Like,
I mean, facts. After I've seen him blow the first truck up, I'd be like, "Bet."
I was just
That's ours
exactly,
now.
Exactly.
like, where'd you?
Because it was one of him, and then his other mechanic who.
And he wasn't strapped at all. This entire movie. He had nothing on him to like stop the other people from like just mutiny.
But the thing is annoying. It took Emilio Estevez literally up until the very end for him to do something like that, where he just found the basement and then he took the gun. He's like, "All right, try and take all these away from me now."
Yeah.
It took him the whole fucking movie because once they start feeding this guy gas, I think Mike was just like, "Why are they doing this? Just let him fucking pass out." But like. The gun obviously works, and eventually the bullets would run out. You're right, Mike, because I know he mentioned this when we were watching.
Just gotta find them full people.
But and the thing is, they I don't think they
reload either. They literally can't reload. You can't. Once the gun is done, it's done.
Well, this is also Stephen King rules. You don't know that.
Unlimited ammunition.
It did have like
God,
a bag of ammo, so like
hard.
I think it had enough ammo to kill everyone in that building.
No.
To be fair, but
it almost did.
Hold on a second.
The first attack, it wiped out half of them.
It sprayed the building for like minutes, like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was not a normal rate.
You can't hold.
You have to go die, motherfucker.
I was gonna say, even with that box, that's not 5 minutes worth of ammo.
Yeah, but the thing is,
really that long?
So, yes, it was literally. It was like for like literally just like.
And also, again, we talk about like the way they communicated was through Morse code to the humans because. Of course, the little kid that comes through, he's a Boy Scout, so he knows Morse code, because why not?
Of course he does.
Of course. But,
so I know how we're going to make the remake.
So they're feeding him gas, but here's the logic that I had before, where it's like, Emilio Estevez's logic is, look, we should do this because, yeah, they're not going to crash us, that's a bluff, but who's to say that, let's say, they get pissed off when they start really running out of gas and they try to look for somewhere else, and that army truck that has the gun doesn't call in a shot of napalm. And just take care of all of us. Which I'm like, why would they do that anyways? Because you just said they need us to pump the... You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if they're not going to do it...
That's true.
Why would you keep it alive?
That's true. But then at that point, also, that's why they have the bulldozer.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole movie's convoluted.
So the remake, right? This is what we do. So instead of the Morse
I love how you're
code,
like, we have to just think of a better movie now.
We're gonna stick with the metal theme too, because AC/DC is the only band they used in this movie.
Literally, original score. It says on everything says AC/DC.
Yeah, that's the only
because when you're coked out Stephen King, that's what you think. Nope,
so,
AC/DC.
We'll get big
instead of Morse code. They're gonna like kind of like use the radio and like send like signals, like kind of like Bumblebee in Transformers, like how his voice box got broken, so he spoke in like song or whatever. And instead of Morse code, they're just gonna play Metallica, "Give Me Fuel, Give Me Fire."
Oh my God, Dylan, I already hate you. You're off the project. You're off the project. We're done. By the way, we should kind of post this out and just say, Tubi. We could do a Maximum Overdrive for y'all. I'm just saying.
I've been thinking this whole time.
Okay, we're gonna. I think that's gonna be our next project. We're literally gonna try and remake this for Tubi.
Well, we're also trying to get Tubi to sponsor us. So.
Yeah, but if they sponsor our movie, that's like them sponsoring us.
Well, did we? Are we going to talk about the next?
I feel like we have a better chance.
Oh, that's going to be after. That's going to be after. We're wrapping this up now.
Well, no, I was just going to say because like we should go on Tubi because I already mentioned. Obviously, I've talked about this before. Best werewolf movie ever is now.
Dog Soldiers.
Yeah, and I'm like, cool. We can actually Because the only way we even watched it is I found a DVD at a record store, and it was kind of scratched up, and it was just a little glitchy, and I'm like, oh, this movie is so good, but
I need my phone.
it was blurry, not so great, but
my phone doing?
fucking finally,
It's such a good fucking movie.
they're starting to get the good stuff.
I'm kind of mad that Maximum Overdrive wasn't on Tubi because this is made for Tubi.
But I'm saying, it's finally Tubi's time to shine because they're getting a lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot of the stuff they got is really good.
Well, we have to answer an important question first.
What?
I feel like you would know.
Really? Now?
Yeah, it's Mitch. Mitch is important.
Is he
Oh,
watching
it's
right
Mitch?
now?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's Mitch.
He's probably really busy right
Shout
now.
out to Mitch.
Mitch.
Is he watching?
I don't think so. Not right
He
now.
is
Well,
the
then text
United
him
States
because
Air
I'm
Force.
pretty
He's doing
sure-
stuff.
I'm pretty sure it's 36 Deadly Fists.
But anyways, yeah. Shout out to Mitch. We love you, Mitch. And but yeah, I mean, wrapping this up, like it kind of just it spins its wheels after this because it's just them at the fucking Dixie Boy, no character development, just serving these trucks gas until they figure out, hey, we need to get the fuck out of here.
I've never seen someone get so like worn down from pumping. gas
Exactly,
either.
right? Which I think someone
Emilio
mentioned.
Estevez looked like he was about to die from pumping gas.
I think the thing they were
He
supposed
was
to say,
limping.
from like a 4-hour shift.
I think they're saying heat
And
exhaustion, but like, bro, just take some water
his
and
hands
put
were
on a
all-
baseball cap.
How was his hands blistered? Like there's a little thing you could.
You don't even have to hold it.
You could the little clicky thing. Just
You
click
click
it forward.
it. All right, I'm gonna go grab a drink of water. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'm gonna get a sandwich. We'll come
They
back.
make it really seem like, because they even show his hand, so he comes in stumbling. And this is also another, thank you for actually picking this out, because I forgot this huge, annoying plot thing that he just adds. So Emilio Estevez comes in, his girl's attending to him, and you see his hands are all blistered from just pumping the gas and whatever. And he's in his head, he's doing like almost stoner thoughts, where he's like, look, what if the comet, it's not just the comet, what if you're an alien species, and you're trying to wipe out everybody on the planet before you guys take over, and what do? You just fucking turn all of their machines against
what's up,
them.
Mitch?
Hey, Mitch,
sick.
what's up, man? We're just talking about you.
There you go.
But like I said, like he's literally laying out what they tell you at the end of this movie is causing the trucks to go crazy. Because at first you think, all right, maybe it's the comets. Which, by the way, this isn't how comets work. We don't stay in the tail of a comet for 7 days.
8.
And 8 days. And fucking... It's just so fucking stupid. So, I think that they're trying to say, at first, that the comet's tail is causing the electronics to go haywire and it turn on humanity somehow. And they're sentient somehow because of this comet's vapor trail. But then later on, as Emilio explained, it's actually aliens hiding in the comet that are manipulating us, our electronics, to kill us off so they could take over. But run into a weather satellite that for some reason is armed with a nuke.
Weather balloon.
I was about to say weather balloon. But yeah, a weather satellite. They crash and it ends everything. And they're fine because the aliens apparently don't know that, hey, there's a satellite in front of us. We shouldn't crash into this and ruin our entire fucking plan to take over this planet. Which, by the way, you don't see a UFO. You don't see a satellite. You just see planet Earth covered in some shitty green vapor. And then all this spelled out for you at the end. Because eventually they do leave the Dixie Boy. And it's just this is the end of all of their special effects. Because
they've had it nighttime before, too, right? This was like the second night.
So I think they're only there for 3 days.
You should have seen...
Doom helmet. But,
you should have seen the vapor more than just...
Yo, Mitch.
They actually show the vapor. At a certain point, you look in the sky.
They're showing it right now.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But it's in the second night. Like, it should have been there in
the entire
first
night.
night.
Yeah.
Too.
No. Dude, this is inconsistency. This fucking...
It's not. It's
bad.
inconsistent.
But yeah,
he's also holding
they're there for a total of 3 days.
He's holding his rocket launcher very willy-nilly right now. Like, he's just like, I'm going to...
Oh, none of these people are practicing rifle safety
No,
at all.
he literally just pointed a rocket
At
launcher
all.
at that guy and himself, like, twice. Also, Mitch, I'm pretty sure that song is 36 Deadly Fists.
But anyways, I mean, they
Yeah,
finally...
that's them.
Yeah. They finally leave the place, and they kill the fucking big truck, the Green Goblin truck, pretty unclimactically.
Yo, he just gets blown the fuck up.
Which
I mean, that's how they all... None of them were super strong.
No, it's just trucks.
I like how
and the only reason people died was because they were dumb.
I got you. I like how they growl, though, the fucking trucks.
Like, And in terms of the deaths are all stupid. They're all stupid. Well, the blind guy gets in front of a truck. He just gets smashed.
He gets fucking
The waitress
smashed,
gets
though.
shot up because she's an idiot and she was drunk. She's like yelling at the trucks, "We made you!
Yeah,
You can't do this!"
She was talking wild shit.
And then the guy just shot her up, which honestly, if that thing didn't, anyone in the fucking Dixie Boy probably would have shot her anyways because she sucked. And that's pretty much. Oh yeah, and the fucking Bible salesman, he gets hit by a truck.
No, and then the guy at the end who steals the fucking ring and just stands in front of the truck, like, "Oh no!" Like,
dumbass fucking death.
Dive to the side.
And so their plan was to do kind of like a Day of the Dead remake thing, where they go off to an island where it's supposed to be uninhabited, no trucks allowed. For some reason, that's the rule of the island. There's no electronics allowed on this island. Weird rule for a fucking island. And they were gonna sail there and stay there and to ride this out, and it ended like the night later because the fucking aliens crashed. So, it's a dumb fucking movie. It is a dumb movie.
To quote Dennis Reynolds, it just sort of ends.
It just sort of ends. Like it just.
The movie could have been so good.
There were things, but here's the thing. If you want a good version of this movie, watch The Mist. That is the exact antithesis of this. You get the character development, you get the cool monsters, everyone's trapped in one place. It's a Stephen King classic. The story is actually pretty cool because you're following one guy going through this thought, through this, whatever's going on. In this, it's fucking garbage. You don't get to know any of the characters. The only thing that was concentrated on was all the effects, and half of these actors are probably dead now anyways because he probably killed them during this. But like, I don't know, it's not, for me...
that's got like...
That is a poll.
Yep, that's a poll.
It's probably got about like 250, 300 rounds in that box.
And when he shoots that place up, bro.
Alright, we're going to give our ratings now. Alright, rating. Remember, dumpster fire, stay your ass at home and rent it, go to a theater.
Go to a theater.
Get the fuck out of here.
Let's say stay your ass home and
go
rent
to the
it.
theater.
You know what's fucked up, though?
It's a great movie.
It is one of my favorite bad movies. It is a terrible movie, and this is the only reason I went so hard, because Dylan was trying to get at me saying that this is a good movie. It is not a good movie.
It's a good movie.
But it's entertaining because it's so fucking bad. Because all of the directorial choices are hilarious.
I've never seen a bad movie that was actually
This is a bad movie. And you like a bad movie.
This is entertaining, so it can't
That
be a
is
bad
why you
movie.
like bad movies. No, because bad movies are entertaining.
No.
That is my argument for a lot of them. And if you know how a good movie's made, you can appreciate how bad movies are. Like, the deep dive into this was hilarious. Like, it was great to get to know how bad this movie actually was.
So great.
And so, honestly, I'm going to say rent it. Stay your ass at home and rent it. Because, look, if you went to the theater and paid fucking $20+,
I'd be furious.
I'd be furious. I mean, back then, I know movie tickets weren't that much.
Oh, well, no. If I paid, like...
I would pay $5.
I was gonna say
for like a drunken matinee.
If it was like between $8 to $10, I wouldn't be upset. Like,
because I know what I'm walking into now. That's the thing. But if I'm like walking into this fresh, I would be angry because I spent money on this, thinking it was gonna be good. Because Stephen King talked a lot of shit advertising this, saying this is gonna be fucking scary. Now it's advertised as a comedy. Before he was saying no, straight horror. And then eventually he realized, he was like, oh no, this is a popcorn movie. It's a blockbuster flick.
Maybe 500.
500 rounds?
Yeah.
All right. But I'm gonna say I love how we had to end it right there, like 500 rounds. You think on the fucking gun? Yeah. Okay.
Well, we'll have to ask Mitch.
Well, I don't think they have these anymore.
Well,
they don't use that weapon anymore. They have the saws now.
Mitch, watch Maximum Overdrive and tell me
Get back to us,
how
Mitch.
many rounds that machine gun can hold in that bag pouch. Thanks.
I don't remember because I was with the saw gunner and we did training together.
Oh, and then
it was a lot. By the way,
wait.
he didn't do die motherfucker die. He just let that shit rip and just went through all his ammo.
Also,
we're like, dude, we're fucked. Why did you do that?
No, and he needs to watch the scene after and do a estimation of how many rounds were expelled. Because
exactly.
If you think it's like what, because I feel like it was what it was so long.
Oh yeah, no.
5 minutes.
By the way, that barrel would have been white hot.
I was gonna say that.
Like
it would be
white
empty,
hot.
It would be empty.
Like that gun would be unusable. Oh.
Well, yeah.
Well, no.
No, John Wick.
Well, they're getting better with it nowadays. But can we rewind and go back to fucking Herschel's never-ending shotgun in Walking Dead at the rate of the house?
Okay.
Oh, see right now, look. You know about just shooting right
Anyways, rent it if you want to. It's a great bad movie. but it's not a good
That's
movie.
a big bag, bro.
Maximum Overdrive. All right. Anything else you guys want to add before we get out of here?
Great movie. 5 out of 5.
Not a good movie. Entertaining, and I like it as a bad movie.
It's a bad movie. Watch it if you like bad movies.
Tubi, get this on there. By the way, Tubi sponsor us. We're doing that fucking script for this because we could make this good. I'm telling you. I'm gonna talk shit like Stephen King right
Herschel
now.
was dope.
I am on a lot of things right now, and I'm gonna talk shit just like Stephen King.
Herschel, I like it because it sounds like Hershey's.
Herschel,
Did you ever watch Walking Dead?
Up to the point where Herschel, wait, the prison.
I watch. Oh, okay.
Wow,
prison.
you quit.
Yo, no,
I
I
quit.
quit.
Time
I
ago.
quit.
I quit a long time ago. I'm like,
That's a discussion for another time. But we are out, you guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. Mitch, we love you. Thanks for sticking around with us.
well,
Everybody.
Nicolas Cage Deadfall A1. I don't know what
Nicolas Cage and The Rock.
Nicolas Cage and
I
Face
love
Off.
The fucking Rock.
The Rock is awesome.
The Rock is such
Oh,
a good movie.
before we go
Connery,
out,
that's great.
sorry. We're going to be doing a poll for you guys in our story. You guys are going to pick the next
Why
movie
do
we're
I
going to
need my
watch.
phone?
Yeah, because I'm going to actually say the movies now.
So why do I need my phone?
So, because I put it in the chat.
Oh,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't remember.
No. I went through a lot of movies to try. I went through all of Tubi. This is all Tubi shit that we put on. for
Tubi's
this one.
great. Everyone
So-
download Tubi, and if they ask you how you found out about it, tell them us.
Gooned Up Nerds, right here.
At Gooned Up Nerds.
At Gooned Up Nerds.
Oh, and Miller Lite. Miller Lite was definitely sponsoring this movie too.
I love my Miller too. But either way,
I don't know. Maybe that was them saying Miller Lite.
we're going to
sucked.
have you guys choose our next movie. And the choices are going to be Mayhem, Rampage, not the Rock Rampage, Kickboxer with
I think you
Jean-Claude
gotta
Van
like
Damme.
explain Rampage because I don't think many people know.
Because
that
I haven't
movie.
seen this. All right, I will go through this
That
little by little.
movie's fucked.
Kickboxer's another one. Prom Night, the OG one with Jamie Lee Curtis. I think that was actually her
Did we
first
watch
like
the
horror
bad
role.
one?
We watched the bad one.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, we don't know how this one aged either.
Okay, well, I know
watched
we were-
it 2 years ago.
And then The Collector is the other one.
Yo, The Collector's pretty cool. Is that the one with Denzel?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen it. I wanted to see it, but like you guys are gonna choose it for us. So those are gonna be the
Yeah.
choices. Rampage, we're gonna get into really quickly. It's not the Rock Rampage. It's I don't know if Dylan, you want to explain it real quick?
It's literally about this guy that just is like going Columbine on his town. Is that horrible phrasing?
Force multiplier.
Yeah,
Force
but
But
I
that's
know.
the
I think
movie.
I think a lot of time has passed already. At least you didn't say like I'm not gonna say I can't say it because
Homie shoots his town up because he hates everyone. That's the movie.
That's what
and
happens.
it's great. It's crazy. Crazy
I
shit.
mean I haven't seen it since like probably 2012,
Once
2015.
or twice.
Did you watch the sequel and the third
No,
one?
I watched them all with you.
Yeah.
This movie's fucked.
But either way, those are gonna be the choices. I'll put up synopsises and pictures of all the movies we want you guys to choose before the actual poll. But please choose for us, and that'll be the next movie. And then we also have another one coming up with our boy Andy from Bocce Boys.
Yes.
Shout out Bocce Boys. They do some crazy. They are providing all the weapons for ICW death matches, and that shit's fucking
If
crazy.
you like wrestling and violence, watch that shit.
Bocce
Follow
Boys.
them. Pay attention.
Yeah, we're gonna tag with this. But anyways,
They'll be on the next episode.
all right,
So
I'm gonna get us out of here, you guys. Thank you guys for joining us, Mitch. Once again, we love
Also,
you.
Before you click off really quick, just pay attention later at some point in any of our stories for something cool. We're not going to say anything right now because I need to finish setting up the payment stuff.
We've teased it 1,000
I'm
times
just
already.
saying, once it's done, we're going to put it up. So
All right.
just pay
Yeah.
attention.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Dang.
Peace, y'all.